there was a lady named Joan, and Joan had hit rock bottom, and sometimes we think that, again, going back to our circumstances, and we think that, these things are really bad in our life, but oftentimes we don't know, and so Joan had gotten married pretty young, and she had a kid right after they got married, and then 3 years into her marriage, her husband left her. And so she moved from Portugal to Ireland, and she was living on welfare. She was kind of staying, having her sister help her out a little bit, but she's living in project housing, and she had a really interesting quote at that time in her life, and she said that hitting rock bottom, when she hit rock bottom, to her, like, she actually realized that rock bottom was a stable foundation and a place that she could rebuild from. And so she realized that she still had all the important things in life, all those first things: her daughter, love, her family, freedoms, her health, clean drinking water. She still had all of those things, and she had an idea. She'd had an idea for quite a while, and she decided that that's what she was going to start to work on. And so she works on this idea. Not very many people believed in her idea. Truthfully, I mean, they thought it kind of sucked. But yet she just kept after it, and she finally finished her idea, and it was a book. And she was able to find one publisher that would publish her book. But they thought so little of it that they did two pretty humiliating things. They only offered her £3,000 for that first edition of the book. And then the other thing that they did is they only printed 1,000 copies of it. And the most humiliating thing that they did is they said, "We don't believe that your book will sell if people know that you're a female author. So we want you to write under a pseudonym. That way they'll think that you're a male." For most people, whenever they see all of these things in their circumstances, going in ways that they don't want them to, they just go, "Man, I can't do anything. I don't have any resources. I don't have any, stuff. Like, it's never going to happen. I'm not good enough. I mean, look at me. I'm living on welfare. I'm living in the projects. There's no way that I can do something." Well, Joan still persevered through all of that. It would have been really easy to just give up and be like, "You know what? Like, I'm not even going to do it. Like, they won't even let me put my real name on the book." You may not recognize Joan, but I'm sure that you recognize who J.K. Rowling is. She's the first female billionaire author. And that's how she wrote Harry Potter, was living on welfare, living in the projects after her husband had abandoned her.